Okay, so we've had a look at some dabbling ducks and we've had a look at how dabbling ducks feed with their own built-in tea strainers. What we're going to do now is look at some of the diving ducks that you might see, and then we'll finish this episode with 3 birdwatching tips from TV presenter Simon King. Now, I guess the clue's in the name. They dive, so they need deeper water. So you're not likely to come across diving ducks on really shallow bodies of water. And when you're out there bird watching, when you scan more than once. So if it's a diving bird, it could be underwater when you scan first time around. So have a couple of scans. And the ducks that dive, they've got big feet on short legs at the back of their body, which makes them really well equipped for underwater propulsion, for feeding, for finding the invertebrates and the plant material that they're eating. And there's 2 diving ducks that you're going to come across pretty frequently. So one is the tufted duck and the other is the pochard. And we'll take a look at those. So this is a tufted duck. It's a small duck, it's black with white flanks, and of course it's got a tuft, and of course it dives. Now, unlike the dabbling ducks, this doesn't have a speculum, so none of the diving ducks we're looking at have got that colourful shiny patch on the wing, but the tufted duck has got a white bar along the wing which you can see when they're flying. And this is a pochard. It's a nice bird. It's grey body, black at the back end, black on the chest, and a gingery head. Pochard. Golden eye. So maybe we should be cueing a Bond theme here, but we won't be doing that. Yes, they've got a golden eye, a yellow eye, but it's not their most obvious field mark. The male is a really striking black and white duck. The head can look sort of green or purple depending on the light. And between the eye and the beak, they've got a big white spot. So that's a really distinctive field mark on a golden eye. One interesting thing about golden eye, which might surprise you, they nest in holes in trees and sometimes even in special golden eye nest boxes. Well, we're at the end of this first episode of Hide and Beak. To finish, we're going to have a conversation with TV presenter Simon King and hear some of his birdwatching tips. So, Simon, if someone's new to birdwatching, what would be your top 3 tips for them?
If you're new to birdwatching, start in your own backyard. There's so much you can learn, and it doesn't matter where you live, in the heart of the city or in a rural area, there's always going to be life on your doorstep, and start with that. And by building up a knowledge of those few species that might be visiting your home patch, you have a baseline to work from.
And your second one?
The next thing I'd advise is to get involved with a local club. It might be your local wildlife trust, it could be the RSPB, or another organisation, Wildfowl and Wetland Trust. The reason is that you're going to meet people who are like-minded, and the chances are you're going to meet people with a greater knowledge base. And there is nothing that replaces mentoring in the discovery of the natural world and discovering how to identify birds specifically, but the doors of the natural world open to you through other people's eyes.
Yep, that sounds good. And your final tip?
Number 3 would undoubtedly be get yourself a good pair of binoculars, because if you're going to be heading out and just using the naked eye, you're going to get frustrated very, very quickly. So get yourself some good kit.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Simon. Now, of course, when you're out there looking for ducks, you may well come across other water birds, so swans and geese, and things that maybe look like ducks but actually aren't ducks, so coot and moorhen and grebes, cormorant. We haven't got time to focus on those this time round, but maybe we will in a future episode. You may have already signed up for Birdwatching Magazine's My 200 Bird Year Challenge. If you haven't, it's not too late and it's easy to do. Just go online and go to birdwatching.co.uk/My200. That's it for this time. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.